Cloudy this afternoon, 25 with the 4 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamarek.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
South Australia's jobless rate has jumped sharply to 4.8% to again be the worst in the nation. That's a big turnaround from December when we had the lowest rate in the country at 3.9%, the first time our unemployment rate had dipped below 4% since records began in 1978. But State Skills Minister David Pisoni says there's a reason for the spike.
Today's figures reflect, of course, the Omicron outbreak we had here in South Australia at that time. These figures show that despite the Omicron outbreak, we still have very strong employment here in South Australia. At 4.8%, this is a lower figure than the previous Labor government had ever achieved in their last year in office.
A 60-year-old southern suburbs man has been arrested and charged with indecent filming. It's alleged he was upskirting teenage girls at Brighton Jetty using a camera attached to his shoe. He'll face court next month. Anyone with information is urged to contact police. There's been a drug bust in the southern suburbs. Mel Usher has the details.
2 people have been arrested after police uncovered what they're describing as a sophisticated clandestine drug lab at Morphett Vale. It's alleged methamphetamine was being manufactured at the Flaxmill Road property. A 46-year-old man and a 38-year-old woman, both from Morphett Vale, have been charged with drug offences and will face court today. Police expect to be at the scene for the rest of the week dismantling the lab. Investigations are continuing.
South Australians yet to be vaccinated against COVID will soon have another choice. Health Minister Stephen Wade says the Novavax vaccine will be available from next week for people aged 18 and over.
South Australia will receive about 25,000 doses. The bookings will open tomorrow, but the vaccinations appointments will be from next Wednesday. And we're also looking at mobile clinics.
The TGA granted provisional approval for Novavax last month, making it the first protein-based COVID vaccine to receive approval in Australia. Meanwhile, there's been 1,440 new COVID cases reported in SA today, while another 3 people have died with the virus. Ukraine's sovereignty has been among the key topics on the agenda during a lengthy meeting between Scott Morrison and Boris Johnson. The Prime Minister and his UK counterpart held a virtual summit after Mr Johnson cancelled his trip to Australia. Both leaders expressed concern about a potential Russian invasion of Ukraine and discussed trade and security issues. And militant group Hamas is being listed as a terrorist organisation by the federal government. The nation is joining the US, UK and Israel in designating its political branch as a terrorist group. Now turning to FIVEAA sport. Australian Sammy Kennedy-Sim has started her ski cross campaign at the Winter Olympics. Nine's Matt Granland has more.
Kennedy-Sim, competing in her 3rd games, has wrapped up the seeding run in the ski cross event. She finished 11th fastest and will now move into the heats. There are 3 starters in her heat. She needs to finish top 2 to advance to the quarterfinals. The other Aussie in action, Greta Small, has finished the first leg of her Alpine combined skiing event. Small coming in 18th in the downhill component and will now ski the Moguls course, with the 2 combined times making up her final result.
Australia fast bowler Josh Hazlewood has leapt up the ICC T20 rankings to number 2 in the world. He has taken 8 wickets so far in the Sri Lanka series. And Tiger Woods admits he isn't recovering from injuries suffered in a car crash last year as fast as he'd like. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Chipped windscreen? Complete Windscreens repair it on the spot. $75. CompleteWindscreens.com.au.
Jeb's Christ got a smash between a truck and a few cars, Grand Junction Road near Main North Road. That's causing delays in all directions. Avoid if possible. Elizabeth Grove, street lighting repair works continue Main North Road near Haydown Road. Speeds at 40. Got a lane closed. Pretty slow going at the moment. At O'Halloran Hill, asphalt works on Majors Road near the Southern Expressway. Reboot your weight loss goals in 2022 with WW's new personal points program. Start today and get your first month free at www.com. Hurry and soon. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloudy this afternoon, 25. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 24. Saturday sunny, 26. And Sunday partly cloudy, a top of 23. Right now it's 23. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A dangerous drug lab found near a southern suburb school. See the moment a shoplifter unleashes in a northern suburb supermarket. The suburban pizza shop busted for being too filthy, even serving up glass. A sudden twist in the case against Adelaide's Big Bird bandits. And why red meat's become so expensive. Is a price drop on the way? I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News Tonight at 6.
The FIVEAA Sport Show with Stephen Rowe. Adelaide's sport destination.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
It is. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along to the show. 6 minutes after 4 on this Thursday afternoon. Rowey, you've been on the phone all afternoon to the movers and shakers. There's a bit going on.
There is a bit, Leith. Before I get into that, I'm going to Gluttony tonight for the opening night of the Fringe.
Nice.
For the next 4 weeks, I turn into a bit of a thespian. Jode and I.
Well done.
The big thespian that I've become.
Mm-hmm.
You know, March is probably my favourite month of the year because you got this that looks after Jody.
Mm-hmm.
You used to have all the sport on under the sun, didn't we? In March, football season generally starts.
Superloop, clips
You
on.
got Superloop, and the wind dies off and the fishing is outstanding. Love March.
Best month.
What's your favourite month?
September. Finals series.
Yeah, but Carlton haven't been there for 100
spring,
years.
come on.
There you go. Hey, the AFL has a health and safety COVID protocol. That plus our SA Health 7-day close contact protocol. It's got 12 players out for tomorrow's internal trial. So clubs cancelled it. We heard that news yesterday. Those remaining are still going to have match practice. We'll play a bit more of Darren Burgess. He spoke to us yesterday.
Yeah, we've got 16 players ruled out, and that sort of encompasses positive tests, close contacts, and sort of normal, management and injuries of players in pre-season. It's certainly different to what other states have to
Correct.
With, but that's what we're dealing with, and that's okay. We'll just play the cards we've been dealt and continue on.
Okay, so total is 16 players. 4 of them are injured. We know Paul Seedsman recovering, Lockie Murphy with his neck, Elliot Himmelberg and Fisher Mackesy. 2 are close contact, 10 have COVID. Most tested positive over the weekend. And 1 yesterday, as far as we know. Now, we've made calls to Adelaide. They're bloody busy, so we get that. We did get a referral or a reference from a very credible source that it may have swelled to 22. Now, we can't confirm nor deny that. We're waiting to hear from the Crows, but it wouldn't be unusual.
So when a rumour
that if
comes
you've got 10 or 12, it can jump to 22 pretty quick.
You don't think you just lock it at 16 and move on. So when you hear a rumour like that, that's what you've been doing all afternoon.
You get on the phone.
Any truth to that rumour? We're yet to get an answer, but we have heard
we'll hear. Well, stay with us because we'll get that before 6 o'clock. The club's organised regional, I don't know whether you want to call them friends houses, farmhouses, Airbnbs for players to train. So think of a farm that's got a paddock. And a player can run around that as much as he wants in the 10 days. Because I can tell you that of the 2/3 of players or more, there's only 9 that haven't had it. If you're cooped up in a house like James was, you can't leave it. So other than Jim being dropped in or a speed bike being dropped in or a rowing machine by Burjo, you got to stay indoors.
Yeah.
And it's strict. So that's 10 days. So what they've done is they've been able to move these players that live with other players or with families to regional, rural, farm type areas, and you can run around as much as you can.
Kick the footy in the paddock.
But don't you reckon that's good?
That's great.
And that can keep their fitness up. So after a number of calls again, a number of the coaches have had COVID. At this stage, Matty Nix and Darren Burgess haven't. Burjo told us that yesterday. 9 players on the list. As we sit here today, we've got to get the update. Are yet to get what we call the COVID-19, whatever you want. Here's the Texan, Taylor Walker, thanks to Channel 7.
I've spoken to most of the boys, so a few of them have got sore throats, bit of a runny nose, just normal flu-like symptoms. So I think the quicker we can treat it like a normal flu, the quicker we can get on with our lives. There's about, I don't know, half a dozen of us that haven't had it, so I think there might be a bit of a prize for whoever's the last man standing.
It might be Texan.
I was about to say, so judging by that, Taylor hasn't had it. We'll find out if he has.
No.
You know what some people are calling it online, which, COVID. 16's a lot, isn't it, in one day, in the space of 24 hours?
Well, it is, but stay with this. So if that number swells, we'll let you know. Look, they're going to have a bit of a hit out tomorrow. There'll be no dramas for the Brisbane game on the 25th of Feb, which is in the Gold Coast, because they've still got 30-odd players that are all fine to go. And for Port Adelaide, again, working the phones, rang them, their COVID update today. So here's the difference. Crows could have 22. Here's the difference. Today, Port Adelaide, 100% COVID-free. Not one player, not one coach, not one admin staff has the vid. It's the first time for weeks.
Wow.
They nearly said months, but for weeks. Player had recovered from COVID late last week. He's returned to training. Now, as they do, it's a modified program. Port have that real heart-monitored thing, because you know how there was the scare over there in the Premier League and the NFL and the NBA. Elite athletes that come back, their hearts could take a while to jump back into it. So, you know, before they get up to 100% full loads, they've got to wear heart monitors and all of that. So good on Port Adelaide for that. They're doing a great job. And in rough numbers, they've just said, look, in rough numbers, and I get this with Crows and Port, you don't want to say, oh, he's got it. It's a very private thing. It's someone's health. So a third of the players have had COVID, a lot less than Adelaide, and a third of the coaches have had COVID.
Is it good management or is it good luck for Port Adelaide? Are they staying at home? Are they not putting themselves in that kind of position, or is it just good luck?
It could be a bit of both. But here's what I will say. That's a lot less than the Crows. And I was under the belief from the AFL, and this is just a belief, and from the Crows and the people you talk to, it would have been really good if your players get COVID during that Christmas break so they don't miss any training. You take 10 days out of your training schedule now, that's massive. You can go backwards. So to have got it early and not missed any training was great. So I just wonder whether or not Crows have got a slight advantage to Port, because let's go to round 3, it's the showdown. Port Adelaide have 7 players in COVID protocols. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. On a Thursday night, the teams come out. There's 9 blokes missing with COVID. So, get it out of the way now as opposed to in season.
If I was a coach, I'd have wanted all my players to have had COVID before. Now, I know we're going to get a lot of text and that. Yes, you can get it again, and you've got to be very unlucky, but you get pretty much 3 months' grace before you could get it again.
Amazing.
And if they're going to do those protocols, I doubt any player would get it twice in a calendar season. So that's that. Have you saying, here's the other one. I want to get our teeth into this one, Leith. Swans will honour their South Melbourne heritage jumper by wearing the traditional, you know the one, it's a white strip with the red V, the prominent red V.
Striking
jumper. A striking jumper. They're going to wear that to every away game in Melbourne to honour their South Melbourne heritage. To every away game in Melbourne, not just a one-off or a heritage round. Every time they play a Melbourne club, it's their iconic heritage strip. Have a listen to Sydney's CEO, Tom Harley.
Yeah, look, we're in a really fortunate and unique position as a footy club that next year's our 150th year since 1874. We were founded in South Melbourne, and we've had 40 years in Sydney, and we wanted to start acknowledging and celebrating our birthday. So last year, through circumstance, we obviously had an extended stay down in Victoria, and the groundswell of support from fans and members and players. They loved the jumper. They thought it was symbolic, and so the board unanimously agreed late last year to adopt it for all Victorian games moving forward.
There you go. Tom Harley, former Port man and Nord man. So Swans can do it. Tick that box. So Port's home showdown, as we know, is round 3. It is Friday night. If Swans can use their heritage jumper for every single,
see where this is going?
Yeah. Home game, away game in Melbourne, then why can't Port? Now, I'd tick that box, no question about that. Could Port get permission to wear their prison bar strip at every home game, except if they were to play Collingwood at Adelaide Oval? So we thought we'd open this up. Should Port wear their black and white heritage strip in home showdowns, both showdowns, or every home game, except if Collingwood come here? Have your say. Now, I'm voting for their home showdown. Go your hardest. Why could they not? Round 3. Again, I've made a call to Port Adelaide, and I hope I'm not breaching confidences here. I said, have you been given permission by the AFL for that home showdown? Is that in concrete? No. We are still negotiating with Port Adelaide, and we know that. Koshy said it, Richo said it, we've even asked Ken about that. And I then said, have you gone to the printers, your sponsors, to get a strip ready to go, that if the green light was to go bang, you'd have that jumper ready? We are ready. Port Adelaide, we are ready.
Back the bars.
Well, the thing is, so they should be and they are, which is great. I think that's great.
Good for the goose. it's good for the gander.
I think so.
How come Sydney can do it? Yes, there's not a clash of colours with other teams. But
I'd support that.
150, of course.
I'd support that.
Who cares if Port Adelaide wins the bars against the Giants or the Hawks? As long as it doesn't clash. You got the issue with Collingwood, fine. You know, bite your lip for one game and just wear something else. But why not?
Wear the one they've got now. 822 300
Yeah.
Should Port Adelaide be able to wear their black and white heritage strip, they call it the prison bar, some like that, some don't, in their home showdown, round 3?
Like it.
Both showdowns or every home game except versus Collingwood.
Bring it back. Bring back the bars. Port Adelaide Faithful, have you saved? If you want to send us a text, $100 voucher to Sip and Save to give away. They've got the 1 hour delivery. Download the app, shop.sipandsave.com.au. Your calls, 8223 0000. And I know that a couple of the prospective board members for Port Adelaide were pushing that they would push to try and bring the prison bars back. You can have your say. Big show on the way. We'll also give you the chance to get along to the Adelaide 36ers and win the Port Adelaide beer. We'll catch up with another Crows board candidate. We'll speak to the Adelaide 36ers. And most importantly, your calls next.
The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman. All discontinued floor stock must go. Now's the time to upgrade to an Australian-made mattress or ensemble and support local manufacturers. Our range includes the big-name brands Sleepmaker, Sealy Posturepedic and King Coil by A.H. Beard. This is your chance to buy a quality Australian-made mattress or ensemble at an amazing price. All discontinued floor stock must go. The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. If you've spent too much over the holidays, at Bob Jane T-Marts, we've launched Baked Beans Month with cracking interest-free deals, buy 3, get 1 free, and instant cashbacks on brands such as Bridgestone, Michelin, Yokohama and Goodyear, Australia's largest tyre range, best tyre price guarantee, and biggest alloy wheel choice. We'll look after you.
Minimum spend $300. Monthly payments required. New customers must apply and be approved for a Latitude Gem Visa credit card. Conditions, fees and charges apply. Visit website or see in store for details.
Hi, Daisy Pearce here. Signing up an apprentice or trainee is easy when you partner with MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts. MEGT is Australia's largest and only national apprenticeship network provider. They've been in it for the long haul since 1982 and make the whole sign-up process easy. You could even be eligible for government incentives. Team up with the best in the business. MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts. Call them now on 13 63 48 or visit meg.com.au.
Did you know that the pyramids of Egypt, the Taj Mahal and the Roman catacombs were built to honour and enshrine the dead? At Simplicity Funerals, we believe a funeral needn't cost the earth to mean the world. simplicityfunerals.com.au.
Anyone at any time can become a carer to a family member or friend. If you help your elderly parent with day-to-day tasks, if you look after someone with a mental illness or chronic health issues, if you care for a child with learning or social support needs, or if you take a friend or partner to their regular medical appointments, you might be a carer. We're here for you. We're Carers SA, the lead carer gateway service provider in South Australia. Register now for free support services.
You want to shut out the wind and rain in winter, or the sun, flies and mozzies in summer, but you don't want to sacrifice your view? Then you need Phantom Screens. For protection from sun, wind and rain all year round, Phantom's SA-made outdoor motorised blinds can span up to 12 metres wide. They offer effortless automation, a blind that's there 1 minute and gone the next. From the hills to the coast and everywhere in between, choose Phantom Screens. Get inspired online at phantomscreens.com.au.
Hey, it's Callum here. Family safety is everything to the team at Edwardstown Mazda, especially on the roads. So if your car, any make or model, is due for a service, take it to Edwardstown Mazda. One service centre for the whole family.
It's gotta be.
To celebrate the brand new Beatles-inspired show, Classical Mystery Tour, playing at Gluttony this Adelaide Fringe, we're calling on all Beatles fans. For the chance to head along with 3 friends VIP style, all you need to do is be the first to pick the Beatles. Each morning we'll play the start of a Beatles song. If you're the first to pick it, you'll be on your way to the show. Tune in from 6 a.m. all this week to play. You can also book at Fringe Ticks. Just search Classical Mystery Tour. Good luck.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey Sport Show.
20 minutes after 4, the Sydney Swans are wearing their heritage jumper every away game this season. Should Port Adelaide do the same? Prison bars, yay or nay? 8223 0000. You can have your say. Send us a text for Sip and Save or on air at 5AA.com.au. thick and fast. The text messages coming through. We'll get to those in the calls in just 1 second. First, the traffic for your drive home for G'day Parks. They're Australia's largest network of holiday parks. You can download the app today. G'day Parks, he is good.
Jeb's Cry's got a smash between a truck and a few cars. That's Grand Junction Road near Main North Road, causing delays in all directions. Avoid if possible. Noarlunga Downs, works on River Road near Main South Road are still causing some delays on the Southern Expressway outbound. Keep that in mind. And Darlington, works on Flagstaff Road continue near the South Road intersection. Cameras, Grant Avenue, Turo Gardens, Hay Road, Linden Park. The King 45th anniversary sale is on now. Save up to 50% on Australian-designed award-winning furniture. Sale on now. Visit the King Keswick showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
So Arthur says, no brainer, Rowey. Wear the prison bars at every home game. Wayne at Jeps Cross, maybe Port should focus on winning flags instead of worrying about what jumper they're going to wear. Marg said they came into the AFL, signed the contract, black, silver and teal. You won the flag in that, just stick to that. Give Port what they want. Sent somebody else, Fred from Greenwith, bring back the bars. Mario said if Port won the prison bars, the 2021 prelim, they would have improved their performance. Give Port Adelaide nothing until they pay back the millions that they ripped off the SNFL. Said another one. So if you've got a thought on it, why is it good for the Sydney Swans and it's not good for Port Adelaide in a milestone year?
I was a little bit with Cornsey when it was first mooted in both showdowns, that the Crows home showdown, it's a little bit of ambush marketing, because it'll all be about the prison bars and all that. But after 1 or 2 or 3 years, they're wearing it to every showdown. I mean, really. And KT swung me on this. Who's it hurting? Who's it offending?
No one.
And why would you not do it? And you know what? He's right.
And COVID decimated their milestone year. Like they couldn't do anything that they wanted to do because of that. So why not?
If that's what the majority of Port supporters want, well then you know what? Let them do it, AFL.
Bring back the bars. Brad from Salisbury Heights has a thought.
Hello, Brad.
G'day, mate. I just really struggle with the AFL's reasoning on the fact that they can't wear it because of the clash of colours with Collingwood. When you look at the AFL, you look at Geelong, you look at North Melbourne, you look at Carlton, they all wear the blue and white.
Well, yeah. Brad, I don't think the AFL has given a decent reason other than it was contracted when they started back in 1997 that this was to be your colours. And Collingwood, and Eddie would say this, agreed between the two clubs, you will never wear black and white. And then Eddie says, in good faith, Collingwood has said, well, okay, it's your heritage round. And then in good faith again, you could wear it in that final. And I think Collingwood's now saying, no, it's a brand, it's our colours, it's our magpie, they don't want confusion in the market. And I guess I can understand that, Brad. But how's it hurt Collingwood by being played here, Brad?
Well, I'm pretty confident. So Eddie said around the fact that he doesn't want people buying the wrong Guernsey. I'm pretty sure if you go on and buy a Collingwood Guernsey, you know what a Collingwood Guernsey and a Port Guernsey is.
You do. Yeah, you do. Thanks, Brad. Keep the calls coming in. Another sip and save text. So 35 players and most coaches have had COVID. They're all double, some triple vaccinated. So how has the vaccination mandate helped Adelaide? That's Joel. Well, Joel, all I'll say is this. It's kept every single one of those players out of hospital, my son being one of them. And most of them been asymptomatic. In other words, they've had a couple of sneezes, maybe a runny nose, but really mild as far as their symptoms. All of them 100% recovered. So I'd say it's worked.
Correct.
I would say I'd take that all day, every day.
And you help create no more variants or different variants because that's how the variants occur. Corey says they are the power, not the Magpies. Get over it. Again, you're celebrating your history. The Swans aren't the Bloods, but you're allowed to celebrate your heritage. John says Port Adelaide should forget about the prison bars and just focus on the footy.
Well, John, they haven't brought this up. We've brought it up on the back of the Sydney Swans. Port are just going about their business. They've got the request in. They've got a jumper ready to go if they're allowed to go, and they're just sitting under the radar.
Mark from Parra Hills, or it might be Graham from Glenelg. Bugger the Swampies. They deserve donuts, zilch, duck eggs, even bugger all. And this one from Mark. John says, do you know how big my violin is playing for the Power in their prison bar jumper? As small as a bee's... a
bit mean-spirited. Who's it hurt?
Oh, my Lord.
I've softened on this.
Nobody has a problem with Sydney doing it.
No.
Why do they have a problem with Port Adelaide doing it?
Well, because
it
just is a problem.
Okay.
Hello, Lou.
Oh, Now, just before I go, I'm always nervous about ringing up, and the last time I rang was when Brad Crouch picked 23. I don't know if you remember, I brought up what Adelaide lost with the Tippett saga.
Yes.
And that's the last time I rang. And,
Gee,
and
Lou.
Oh, when did Kurt leave? That's a while ago, Lou.
Come on, Lou!
yeah, and I finished up winning the Melbourne Cup, $500, so that's good.
Well, I don't know what we can get you, but we'll find something if they're any good. So come on, hit us with it.
Okay, now what I'm going to talk about is John Ralph having us finishing last and anyone else who's got the Crows as last. And I'm going to give my reasons how they're going to be a lot better, if I'm right, than they are. Now, I'm only going to work on the three sides that finished behind the Crows last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for them to all finish in front of us, they all have to improve their best 22 more than us and through trades and draft. Now, Gold Coast, their gains is McAndrew picked 5, and I think Constable's a good player from Geelong. Collingwood, their only improvement's going to be Nick Dacos. Melbourne, they gain Horn Francis, Coleman Jones and Greenwood, but they've lost Tarrant, their best backman. And Adelaide, I feel, have improved more than them with our gains.
Lou, where have you got them on the ladder, Lou? The Crows?
Well, they're going to finish 14, 13, something like that.
Okay, but they'll improve. Thank you, Lou. You keep ringing. We love your interaction.
Kurt Tippett left in 2012.
Yeah,
Lou has not called for 10 years.
Lou, come on.
Lou.
I actually went through the first 6 rounds. Crows have got Fremantle at home, I've got to win. Collingwood at the MCG, I've got to win. Port first showdown, it'll be the Crows one, Friday night. I'll probably lose that. Bombers at Marvel, they'll win that. Richmond at home, they'll win that. And Bulldogs, they'll get smashed at Mars. They're 4 from 2.
Wow.
And I got Port Adelaide 4 from 2.
Okay.
That first 6 rounds can make or break a year.
That's right.
It's about getting 4 points. They're like diamonds in the bank early.
And who knows, because at the moment, teams might have 16 outs on a Thursday night.
Well, that I had that on last year's form with what they've added and no COVID protocols. After 6 rounds, let's see if I'm right.
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Richard before the break.
Richie?
Just a quick one. If Port Adelaide can wear their prison mask, can the Crows wear the state Guernsey, our heritage?
Yeah, Nigel Smart's ticked that off. Cornsy's ticked it off.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that'll go down with button-up boots, Richard.
Went well, didn't it, that one?
Yeah.
Scotty Thompson came out.
Just a little story where we're trying to get to the bottom of. Now, I haven't been able to get to the sample of the Crows on this, but we did hear at the start of the day, Leith, and you've been helping me with this, with the Mayor, Michael Coxon from the West Torrens Council. We'd heard the Crows are putting pressure on the West Torrens Council to either be the sole tenant or to buy the land, okay? Because Brompton, they were going to own the land. They don't want to lease, and I get that, and they don't want a co-tenant, and I get that. I absolutely support that. So that's what we heard. So we rang the Mayor, Michael Coxon, and he said, you can quote me on this, it is community land and will always be community land.
Correct.
So put your line through, Leith.
They're not selling
owning it.
Correct.
He also was happy for me to quote this one. Counselling leases are not for sale. So leases are not for sale. Now, having said that, you can assign one to the other if both parties agree. Now, that lease on Thebby Oval is watertightly owned by the Samfel.
Right. So the Samfel and the Crows need to do some business.
Samfel and the Crows would need to do some business. So we might make those calls tomorrow and see whether that conversation is being had. I can't see the Samfel giving up that lease. I can't see the Crows bullying them to get out of it or buy them out of it. I will say this, however. Money talks, and you know what walks.
We'll see.
Now, if the Crows are loaded up and they're willing to buy that lease, now I'm just spitballing here, we'll get some more detail on that as the days progress, but watch this space.
All roads are still leading to Thebarton. 4:30 news on the way next.
5AA Breakfast.
The close contact rules are different here in SA, so if one of the
Well, of course they are. I mean, there's an outside chance you catch the disease by just picking up the old Sharon, according to the good professor.
And this is the thing, it's much stricter here.
Informing Adelaide.
Jimmy Rose had it, but 30 days has elapsed since he got it. So now he can be a close contact again. So you can't be too careful. Abundance of caution. Surely it'll change at some point.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA. Shh. Can you hear that?
Hang on. Here it comes. The new Kia Niro has landed. Available as a hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and full electric. It's Australia's broadest electric SUV range. Technology moves fast. Meet 3 ways to catch up. The new Kia Niro electric SUV range. Check with your local Kia dealer for details.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. There's renewed calls for the state government to take action to protect retail workers after video footage emerged online of a customer physically assaulting a worker at a Drake supermarket. A 60-year-old man has been arrested for indecent filming after allegedly taking photos of a teenage girl at Brighton Jetty. South Australia's jobless rate has jumped sharply to 4.8% to be again the worst in the nation, and Australia fast bowler Josh Hazlewood has leapt up the ICC T20 rankings to number 2 in the world. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Jebbs Cross got residual delays from an earlier smash between a truck and a few cars. That's Grand Junction Road near Main North Road. Elizabeth Grove street lighting repair works continue. Main North Road near Haydown Road. That's affecting both directions. Speeds reduced. And Woodville Park got asphalt works continuing. Port Road near Kilkenny Road got speeds reduced there too. Look out for cameras. Hay Road, Linden Park and Edinburgh Road at Edinburgh. RAA members can now save 4 cents per litre per day at EG and Caltex Woolworths fuel and convenience stores. Search RAA member benefits today. Terms and conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 15. Cloudy tomorrow, 25. Right now it's 22. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
In times of loss, you need Embrace.
Arranging Mum's funeral was never going to be easy. But Deanne Edwards from Embrace Funerals truly cared about delivering the perfect funeral to honour her life, to share our beautiful family memories, along with those of the many other lives she'd touched. Every detail of Mum's funeral was created with exceptional care and at a really affordable cost. Embrace Funerals gave us peace of mind.
When funerals need to be perfect, choose Embrace.
If your business could do with more business, you should try advertising here on the radio. 5AA can help turn your brand into a household name. We could do it with a jingle, or a really funny ad, or something deadly serious. Our audience is big enough to fill Adelaide Oval again and again. Get in touch with 5AA to find out how we can give your business more business.
I'm Dr. Michael Mosley. Much like a hybrid car, your body runs on 2 main energy sources, sugar and fat. Intermittent fasting encourages your body to flip from one to the other, burning through your fat stores quickly, which is the basis of our new program, the Fast 800. With our free 7-day trial, you'll soon be able to see and feel the impact of our science-based program. Sign up at thefast800.com today.
Life sends us in all kinds of different directions. So if it's time for a new place, whether it's your first or your next, People's Choice will have you right at home. With great rates and flexible appointments, our home loan specialists can make it happen, wherever you are, because we're for easy journeys. Learn more online or in branch. Finding the right home is half the battle. Finding the right people to get you there is simple. People's Choice. Terms, conditions, fees, charges and lending criteria apply. Full details available on application. People's Choice Credit Union is referred to as People's Choice.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
26 minutes to 5, the great Damien Hoff from the Adelaide Oval in just 1 second. Oh, my Lord. Text messages coming through for Sip and Save, thick and fast. We'll get to him in just 1 second. First, let's reward a 36ers fan. Go and watch them knock off the Cairns Taipan Sunday, 12:30. We've got a family pass up for grabs. First caller through, 8223 0055. Cheer the boys on. And if you want the chance to shoot to win $1,000 at halftime and a game day experience for you and 7 mates, register now. mymoneyhouse.com.au/36ers. 80 from Melrose Park says, Rowey, the reason Port Adelaide are 100% COVID-free is because they don't start choking until September.
Oh, no.
You know that Seinfeld bit about cheering for a uniform?
Mm.
People hate this uniform. The text messages are overwhelmingly against the prison bar jumper. Kath says, clarify the showdown Whose is it?
It's
or
Crows.
Port?
It's Crows.
So therefore, don't wear it.
It's Crows
in that
Friday
one.
night.
Martin says, just because Sydney think it's a good idea doesn't mean the Crows must also think that way. When are the dead legs going to go back to wearing their lycra top? Thank you, Mudguts. This one from Corey. Big difference with the Swans. Their history was the competition they're in. Port's history is the SANFL. This one, Brody from Unley. Prison bars are not the brand for Port. Stick to the lightning bolt. No other club wear the same colours and design at another club. Port can choose one or the other, or they can go and get stuffed. All this passion and fury about a jumper. Jack says, no, Port Adelaide are black and white stripes. Stick to the colours of the power, black, white and teal. They're your club colours. Does it really matter?
It does, to a lot of people. A lot of people it does. Hey, just on that, Mudguts, I've still got my Neil Passmore Craig 1994 Norwood Lycra jumper. I should wear it in here for one show.
Yeah.
Look, I can't do it up.
No, that's all right. That would be good. People are loving the live stream on the Facebook and the YouTube. If you want to see Rowey in the Lycra, drop us a line, let us know. We'll collect those votes.
A bit of Popeye's chin. Let's go to our next guest.
That's what happens every time you walk through the gates.
Fair call. I drove past Adelaide Oval yesterday and I noticed the drop-in pitches were being removed. Cricket season's still on. Footy season is still today. Round 1 30 days away. Joining me is their head curator, one of our favourites, Damien Hoff. Hoffy, welcome.
Hey, Rowey. G'day, Leith. How you going?
What's going on? Have you pulled them out?
Started to, mate. Yeah, we've got one more day on Sunday. We've got a community T20. Got 3 games played out there, and then we'll pull the last 3 out. So we just had a little window to do it. There's a little bit of uncertainty around, so we decided we'd get some out. So yeah, it's a 2-day process to do the pitches. So we decided, why not start it instead of flogging the team over 2 nights? We'll just flog them over 2 weeks.
Fair call. Is this the earliest since you've been back at Adelaide Oval that you pulled them out?
Yeah, probably. To be able to get them out is it's been good. So from a turf side of things, it's been really good. It's disappointing just with COVID and the changes that have been made with cricket. We were meant to have the women in here by about now, and then the men's T20 was happening, but with the rescheduling and those games being brought forward and the men's not happening, it just created a bit of a window for us to move the pitches in and get the outfield exactly where we want it.
It's exciting when that happens. So if the Redbacks were, say, top 2 of the Shield, would the pitches still be there?
No, the Shield final falls outside of the window for cricket with it going. I'm not sure when the final is, but it's quite late, so I think it's probably late March, probably even early April. I don't know the exact date, but it would be during the AFL season anyway. So, yeah, unfortunately we're not in a position to hold the Shield final with it finishing so late. But, yeah, if we were going to have a Shield game on the 1st of March, I think it was, or the 28th of Feb. So that one got shifted, and our last game was, as you know, last week. So we had the ability to finish the game on Saturday, late Saturday, and then started getting ready for the pitch moves on Sunday morning.
Okay. Do you have any other major events there that are going to be on the Oval before footy starts, or this is it? You can really get that deck looking pristine for round 1?
Yeah, this is it. So we get Sunday 3 games kicking off at 8:45, and I think finishing by about 6:30 or something like that. And then, Monday morning we get ready to move the pitches, move them Monday night, fix everything up Tuesday, and then what we're able to do is get a really good renovation into the outfield and go quite hard and aggressive, which always sets the turf back a little bit, but the positive is that it'll really kick it along and get it in good condition for 3.5 weeks later for the AFL.
Okay, when do you drop the posts in? Because that would be a I don't know, a tradition. Do you smoke a cigar, crack a bottle of champagne? That would be a big moment putting the posts in, I reckon.
Yeah, no drinking at work.
Okay.
Les isn't here, so we're not allowed to do that anymore.
No.
So we'll hopefully early March. We haven't got an exact date. We'll get the renovations done really from our end. Posts will just get in the way. and then early March period, get the posts in, get the turf around the post fixed up, and have it marked up and ready for.
Beautiful.
Next one after that is a Crows main training session on the 16th. So that'll be the next big training session.
16th of March. I was going to ask when the two clubs can get out there, and they're there once a week. So when you sow the winter grasses, give me a hoy, because that's one of my specialties, Damien.
Yeah, no, we don't have to do that, mate. So it's out there now. So we got the same grass 12 months of the year. We'll just turn the mower off for a few weeks and just let it grow.
Hey, Hoffy, are you amazed that, no one cares about the courts for the basketball or, but everyone loves talking grass with you. They love to find out what's happening. Are you surprised year after year it's still the same?
Yeah, look, we're grateful. I'm grateful for the role that I have and appreciate it. But, yeah, when the phone call come through, and I went, oh, really? We're just doing this. You start to just become second nature. So that we've got a really good team, and we just come in, do what we have to do, and get ready for the next event. So, but you look forward. By the time now comes, February comes, you start looking forward to the footy, and you listen to your show, and it's gearing up, and you do get a bit excited.
Yeah.
But it's only days away, not months away.
So Hoffy, let me get this right. The SMA came down, you're on the tractor or you're out the back doing stuff. The SMA meet, and they say, Hoffy, Rowey wants to have a chat to you about the fact that the pictures are coming out. And your first reaction was clear. What? Well, Hoffy, I'll tell you, mate, it's a slow sports day
No,
today.
it's a state treasure is what it is.
No,
it is not.
Hoffy, there was no one else.
Treasure.
We got Brett Favre.
I said, must be a slow sport today if they want to talk to me.
Hoffy, everyone loves the Oval. We're genuinely interested.
Yeah, look, it's a great place, and we're just grateful that it can
We're blessed.
play a role. So, yeah.
Well done, Hoffy. You sit under the radar. You do a great job, you and the team, no question. Thanks for picking up the phone. We're sorry you're going to have to go overtime, and it was the last thing you wanted to do. And did we interrupt your afternoon tea? Did we?
No, we're building 2 courts on the on next generation. So I'm just over here talking to the contractor that's over here. We're
brilliant.
fixing up 2 courts with the roofs that went on the sunken court. So it's getting handed back in the next week. So yeah, doing a bit of work over there too. So we're keeping busy.
There's a story there. So.
Yeah. There you go.
Love it.
There you go. Well, geez, Hoffy, you're a star. Thanks for your time, my man.
Thanks, Roy.
Well done, Damien Hoff. He's a ripper. Adelaide, we've been blessed. You have a look at the people that look after our Oval.
Yep.
From the great Les to Hoffy.
And make no mistake.
Tried his hardest to get out of this interview. He did.
I know. Make no mistake. There is genuine. I remember taking the gardening show. We took like 20 listeners to walk around the Oval and listen to Damien speak.
Yeah,
there is genuine state interest in this. And there is.
Yeah.
It's a ceremonial. Pictures are out. Posts are going. How would you put a post in, by the way?
No, but that's what I said. Do you smoke a cigar? Do you crack a bottle of champagne? When one season finishes and the next opens and those big white goalposts go in, it's here.
I know.
It's footy.
I know.
They're going in. Crows' first training session, 16th of March.
Yeah.
Round 1's 30 days away. I'm getting excited.
There's like Facebook, groups, and people love their lawns.
Yeah, I know.
People love
Go
it.
On, do it.
He has the
Play,
biggest
can you
lawn
feel it?
of
Go
all
on,
time.
go on.
I don't think
Give
I
us a
have.
squirt. Give us a squirt.
I don't.
Are we allowed to play that this year?
We'll just.
We had a production meeting. We said it's gone for life.
Yeah, no. Well, you get a lot of negative comments.
David and Will on Brecky, 5AA, love the team. What a job they do. They ban that on their show. Can you feel it?
I'll tell you what's also wanting to be banned is the Port Adelaide prison bars. Inundated with text messages. It always amazes me how non-Port people think that their opinion matters when it comes to what Port Adelaide wear. What are they scared of, says Damien.
Well, it's not that they're scared of. It's just it's a sport to knock that jumper and that club. I mean, it is. It's about as big as ringing Hoffy about ripping out the drop-in pitches, Leith.
This is a joke. You blokes only bring up the prison bars because you know the Crows flogs will come out and complain. That's good. It's a story. Sydney announced it. We've got Tom Harley audio.
This wasn't a Port Adelaide-driven story.
No. This is a Sydney story.
Sydney are doing it. Why can't Port?
In their 150th.
Why can't Port?
Port Adelaide had.
Yeah.
And I like this from Marie. She said, the only reason to wear the prison bars was to watch Rowey's good mate Eddie Maguire's face turn red and almost spontaneously combust. Now that he's gone, what is the point?
I'm with you, Marie.
It would still give Eddie the
I miss
irrits.
Eddie. I miss Eddie.
All right, Port Adelaide fans, you're not getting a lot of love on the text. We'll give you some. Your chance to win the Port Adelaide Creed. All you got to do is guess our Port Adelaide mystery voice. You'll win a carton of Port Adelaide Creed beer. Or thanks to Pirate Life, go to it. 8223 0055 to have a crack at the mystery voice.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive Officer at Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Our recent patient feedback survey indicates a high satisfaction rate with the care and services provided at Western. Most people don't know they can request to be treated at Western by our remarkable doctors, regardless of where your referral or specialist wants to send you. It is your choice where you are hospitalised. Western Hospital, your hospital that cares. For more information on accessing our doctors, visit westernhospital.com.au.
If you could punch cancer in the face, would you? What about heart disease, stroke or diabetes? Would you fight them too? Well, we are, and we need your help. By purchasing a ticket in the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery, you're supporting more than 50 areas of medical research and joining the fight to find cures and improve care. There's millions and millions to win. Join the fight at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14133.
The Edwardstown Mazda sale is on right now, and it's sizzling with massive savings on new, demo and used Mazdas. Plenty of stock is arriving daily, but you'd better hurry, they'll be snapped up. Edwardstown Mazda, 862 South Road, LMVD 207428.
Kirkbright Seafood on Doothie Street only process their own fish. It means they're a true seafood shop. They do it all on site, right in front of you. It's quite an art form and pretty amazing to watch. You won't find that in many seafood shops. So if there's a particular cut of fish you like, fillet, butterfly fillets, loins, steaks, tail, just ask and they'll cut it for you right there. Kirkbright Seafood, Doothie Street Unley. Visit kirkbrightseafood.com.au.
The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman. All discontinued floor stock must go. Now's the time to upgrade to an Australian-made mattress or ensemble and support local manufacturers. Our range includes the big-name brands Sleepmaker, Sealy Posturepedic and King Coil by A.H. Beard. This is your chance to buy a quality Australian-made mattress or ensemble at an amazing price. All discontinued floor stock must go. The Australian-made mattress floor stock clearance on now at Harvey Norman.
Let me tell you about St Kilda Hotel. Legend has it, long before the Schnitties and St Kilda playground over there, this pub was a hideaway for the daring few who wanted a cold one after hours. A watchman kept lookout for cops, and this secluded little pub became a sanctuary for the few that knew about it. Still is. Good old school hospitality. Now you know. This table's waiting for you at St Kilda Hotel.
Hi, Susanna Toop here. Tenants, you're going to love this. Toop & Toop now gives you early access to rental properties up to 2 months before public release, with alerts direct to your inbox. Find your next home sooner. Register now at toop.com.au/rent.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey Sport Show.
11 minutes to 5. Diane, I don't give a rat's what Port Adelaide wear as long as my Crows beat them. And Roger said Damien's right. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Port Adelaide can wear it. We'll take more of the calls and emails and SMS on the Port Adelaide Prison Bar. And just before we get to the quiz, did I hear you right? Who's on the show tomorrow?
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
One of the greatest ever quarterbacks
of all time.
Green Bay's. Hello, Craig from Hove.
G'day, boys.
I'd love to give you this Creed too, thanks to Pirate Life. They do a great job. Get down there to Port Adelaide.
Right.
Have a listen to this.
No, I don't think I touched the ball in the first quarter. I started on the bench and didn't get much of a sniff.
Oh, easy.
Ooh, that's easy, Craig.
Oh, I'm going to let my daughter choose, who's 12, and she's now looking at me real angry, so let's say Zach Butters.
Oh! Sorry, Craig, your daughter cost you a bottle of Creed too. Paul, this bloke's dad might be called Craig. You want to hear it again?
Yes, please.
No, I don't think I touched the ball in the first quarter. I started on the bench and didn't get much of a sniff.
Ooh, hey diddle.
Paul,
hey diddle
that's
diddle.
easy.
Far out.
Hey diddle.
Sorry, I've got a complete mental blank. Sorry.
Oh,
8223 8855. People are sitting at home going, I know it. I
feel
it.
a bit concussed.
Oh.
Russ.
Yeah, you've given that one away. It's Brad Ebert.
Yeah,
it is Bradley Ebert.
Well, hey diddle Wines.
Yeah, very good. Yep.
Son of a gun, Craig.
Correct.
Played for Port. Great man.
Yes, he is. Great family.
Russell, you've got yourself a Creed 2 limited edition thanks to piratelife.com.au. It's going to help build the club museum. Well done.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
No, you'll enjoy that. We're doing that again tomorrow?
We are indeed. Grab yourself a case before it's all gone. Very popular, limited edition.
Let's go to our next guest. We're working through all 7 nominations for the 2 vacant board positions. Voting is open. Closes next Friday. On the line is Dr. Daniel Byrne. Dr. Byrne, welcome.
G'day, Rowey and Leith. How are you?
As I've done with previous candidates or nominations, tell us about yourself.
All right, so I'm a GP down at Happy Valley, Southern Adelaide. Been here 30 years. Bit of a mad King Pro supporter, like all 7 nominees, most likely. If you come and see me at my clinic, you'll see all the jumpers and posters of the 98 Grand Final. Just looking around my room now. Stickers everywhere. I'm a bit of a nut. But I'm also seriously got my 30 years health experience, which I think can be a unique skill set that I can bring to the Crows board.
Yeah. You're a member. You'll represent the members. This is a members nominee. What are they telling you? What do you think the club needs?
The number one issue that people are raising with me is this home base, where it will be. Brompton went out the window, but is there a little sniff there? But Theberton, what might mean, or should we stay at West Lakes and wait for something even better to come along? I honestly haven't got the answer because I need to be on the board and see all the pros and cons. They've been working at this for over 12 months. A weekly committee been meeting, I believe. So I have to be guided by John Olsen and the board as to what the best long-term option is. So that's really important. I think the members, they love the Crows, but they just want that little bit more of a member connection, have a great experience when they're at the game, and also just being an everyday supporter, how they communicate and interact with the club. So that's what they're telling me, and I'm sort of still going on about the health and well-being of the team, the staff and the supporters. So how will our supporters have a safe experience at game day at Adelaide Oval with COVID still hanging over our heads? So that's the sort of things I'll be concentrating on.
Well, yeah, you bring a great skill set to the board because you're also the chair of the Australian Royal College of GPs. You manage a lot of money there, some 60-odd million. Health and wellbeing is... Oh, sorry. Well, I've undercut you there, Doc. Sorry. Jeez. Yeah. We're just throwing numbers around loosely here, aren't we? You are a health and wellbeing profession. That is your job. You're a doctor. Where do you sit with COVID mandates, for one thing?
Oh, the vaccine mandate,
yes.
Absolutely support that. Yeah, the AFL's mandate that's led to us, we'll have a healthy set of teams fighting out this season and healthy supporters. We can't take any risks there. Don't know if you follow some of the overseas leagues like the soccer and some of the American sports. They've had terrible seasons with cancellations because so many of their players are not immunised. So I've got to put my hand on my heart and say vaccine mandates. I'm sick of people dying. I don't want anyone to die from COVID. They don't have to. Get your third vaccine 3 months after your second.
Yeah, well said, Doc. You're sitting in the terraces. You've watched for 30 years. You're at the 97-98 Grand Final. You're passionate about the club. When you're sitting there and you're yelling and you're knocking whatever, what are you saying? Is it recruitment? Is it authenticity? Is it they're too corporate? Just give us your inner thoughts there, Dr. Danny Byrne.
No, I love the club. I don't want to knock the club at all. I just want to just say, what's that 1% that I might be able to bring that could, make the difference. On the board is lawyers and businessmen and very successful people, policewomen, a couple of politicians. So some of the 7 nominees of the same ilk, if you like, but I'm totally different. So I think I'm just going to bring that, I keep saying it, but I am unique. It's just a fact. I've got something different to offer, and, my patients trust me, and I want supporters to trust me.
Fantastic.
For their vote. And, there's 2 votes, so vote for one of the others, by all means, whoever you think, but Danny Byrne for your second vote, please.
Fantastic. Dr. Byrne, thanks for your time. Good luck with that. It's an honorary position. You sound like an absolutely passionate Crows person, and to be in the health and wellbeing profession your whole life, you grab a unique skill set that you could bring to the board. I wish you all the best, and thanks for your time.
No, thank you very much, and go Crows.
Go Crows. Danny Byrne there, Doctor. Voting closes 5 p.m, 25th Feb. Crows AGM is Tuesday, March 1st. That'll be at Adelaide Oval. All members can go. Make your vote count. Now we had a meeting from our executive, Leith.
Mm-hmm.
There were 7 nominations for the board.
Correct.
And we've had a couple of them ring and ask if they can come on and do their wares.
Mm-hmm.
And our management said, if you're going to do one, you do all 7.
Correct.
So we're working through the all 7.
That's
I've been
right.
getting potted on our Twitter because we only did one for Port Adelaide, which is Mr. Rob Snowden. Now, that voting closed yesterday. We did reach out. We had one member that was locked in, Leith.
And then dropped out.
And then, well, no, he couldn't come on. He had a meeting. He's a great fella. He's a great candidate, and I wish him all the best. They'll nominate theirs or announce theirs tomorrow. So for all those Port people, I was going to use a name there, but I pulled myself back.
Well
Leith,
done. Very proud
who
of you.
have potted me on Twitter.
Yes.
The invitation was extended to all in sundry.
It was indeed.
Can I just say that?
Yes, just as it is for the Adelaide Crows candidates, so you can make up your own mind. It's a difficult
Exactly right.
decision because they all bring different skill sets. And to be fair, they've all been impressive. So
The Crows ones, absolutely.
If you're an eligible member and you're
Make it
thinking,
count.
I mean, the Doc brings a different skill set to Graham Goodings, for example.
Yes.
So,
And there's 2 members elect.
That's right. What's important to you? Jamo's been there a long time, has a tried and trusted record. Do you stick with that? Do you try someone new? Oren Clemich is an amazing business person.
Who's a magnificent businessman.
So
we'll
again,
speak to him later in the week.
7 into 2 doesn't go.
No.
So some difficult decisions, but that's why you're a member. That's why you get to vote for the 2 members
Make it
on
count.
the board. Dr. Danny Byrne, Crows board candidate, our guest. On the other side of the break, we'll get the latest from the Sixers with their skipper.
Right now, SA Ambulance Service has never been busier.
000 ambulance emergency.
So I was fishing on a boat and the hook is stuck in my nose.
But every day, 000 receives more and more trivial calls,
My husband fell down and he's broken his big toe.
stopping them from getting to the real emergencies.
I've got a really bad jaw pain from brushing my teeth too hard.
For non-emergencies, visit the Health Direct website and save 000 for when it matters.
Like to win a brand new Yaris Cross Hybrid? Well, book a Toyota Genuine Service at your local dealership, either online or via the My Toyota app, and as a thank you for supporting us, we'll automatically enter your name into the draw. There are also 12 $500 Ampol fuel cards to be won. Book today and you could drive away in a brand new Yaris Cross Hybrid. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota. See toyota.com.au/winner Yaris Cross for full T's and C's. SANT permit number T211816.
You know us for our bright blue vans. Metropolitan Plumbing, Electrical and Air Conditioning. We are the proud winners of the Product Review Award for Plumbing in Australia for 2020 and 21. Did you know we offer $0 deposit interest-free payment plans, have no extra charge for after hours and can also often be at your door within the hour? Metropolitan Plumbing, Electrical and Air Conditioning. Available 24/7.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
5AA's Business Lounge with Leith Forrest.
So what does a vine change at Barossa Village mean for people who are thinking about a retirement lifestyle in the Barossa Valley? Well, to tell us more, Barossa Village CEO Simon Newbold. Simon, welcome.
Thanks, Leith. I think for a vine change to Barossa Village within the Barossa region is around moving to a community that is really connected, having a sense of belonging where you can pursue all your interests, no matter what they are.
So, Simon, what happens if people's needs change?
Look, as they all do, we have a highly skilled professional care and wellness team to ensure our people remain independent and living their best life, no matter where life takes them. We really work on creating pathways to meet their goals and to remain purposeful right throughout their life. It's peace of mind for you and your family, knowing that you're living the life that you want and the supports are there for when and if you need it.
If you'd like to find out more, visit the Barossa Village website, see the units available for sale, what is on and the services provided. That's barossavillage.org.
Golden North, makers of giant twins, has just announced something that's so giant it'll take more than one of me to tell you. It's the annual Giant Twins Day. Tuesday, the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. That's a lot of twos. It's the perfect day to celebrate an SA icon like Giant Twins. You can snap and share, or snap and not share. Hey, I was here first, mate. No, I'm the original. I'm confused. Get a Giant Twins on Giant Twins Day. Tuesday, the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. It's too good.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Michaela Kamarek.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty. 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
There's renewed calls for the state government to take urgent action to protect retail workers. It comes after a video emerged online of a customer physically assaulting a worker at Drake's Clovercrest. Director John Paul Drake says it's confronting footage.
My team member approached this person on suspicion of shop stealing. Our team members just asking for the products to be, given back. This person was being watched as they were going around the whole time, and within a few seconds, it escalated into pretty serious assault.
A man has been arrested for allegedly taking pictures up the skirts of teenage girls at Brighton Jetty. Police allege the 60-year-old was upskirting using a camera attached to his shoe. He's been charged with indecent filming and will face court next month. A pair will face court after a meth lab was discovered at Morford Vale. Police are carefully dismantling the lab at the Flaxmill Road property. The 46-year-old man and 38-year-old woman, both from Morford Vale, are charged with the range of drug offences. Investigations are continuing. South Australia's jobless rate has gone from the lowest in the nation to the highest in 1 month. It's climbed from 3.9% to 4.8% in January. Nationally, the rate is 4.2%. But State Skills Minister David Pisoni says that's better than anticipated given the Omicron wave.
We did expect it to be worse than this, but these figures do show that we have ridden that wave very well. And there are more people working in South Australia now than what there was in our last month of lockdown in October. So we're moving forward. We're past the peak of Omicron and we're on the road to recovery.
SA has recorded another 3 COVID deaths today with a further 1,440 cases. 13 people are in ICU with 2 on ventilators. The federal government is seeking to list the entirety of Hamas as a terror organisation. The move would extend the current designation to include the Palestinian group's political branch. Another 3 terror organisations have been listed under the Criminal Code, taking the total to 8. There'll be free public transport to help people get around the city easier this festival season. It applies to buses, trams and train services from midday on Friday to midnight on Sunday each weekend. But Transport Minister Corey Wingard says trains will be out of action this weekend for work on the Gawler line.
That work will start after Friday night, after the peak, and then go across the 2 days of the weekend. The Outer Harbour line will be impacted a bit on the Monday as well. Substitute buses will be in place. This is to make sure that we can deliver the Gawler rail electrification project with these expert operators that are here to do this signalling and testing works.
Now turning to 5AA sport. The Australian women's cricket team will complete its hotel quarantine in New Zealand tonight ahead of next month's One-Day World Cup. The players will be given a week off before returning to training next Friday. All-rounder Elise Perry says they'll enjoy the much-needed break after a long Ashes series back home.
Just a little bit of time, I guess, to adjust to being over here. We've got quite a long lead into our first game, so we've sort of held off on getting together and training as a squad, and so it'll be really nice to just sort of have a bit of a period out and about in Christchurch.
Australian Sammy Kennedy Sim is about to race in the heats of the ski cross event at the Winter Olympics. The 33-year-old came 11th out of 25 competitors in her seeding run. And it took longer than expected, but the Hollingwood sign has finally been transformed to reflect the LA Rams Super Bowl win. The words Rams House are being displayed over the top of the sign until the end of the week. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Complete windscreens, same-day service and best price guaranteed. Proudly South Australian since 1976. Complete windscreens.
At Tips Cross, got residual delays from an earlier smash between a truck and some cars. That's Grand Junction Road near Main North Road. Elizabeth Grove Street light repair work continues Main North Road near Haydown Road. Darlington works on Flagstaff Road continue as well. That's near the South Road intersection with cameras Briar Road Felixstowe, Grant Avenue Turo Gardens, Hay Road Linden Park. Summer's sorted at OTR with barista-made iced OG lattes inspired by Krispy Kreme original glazed donuts. Yum! Limited time only at OTR. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 15. Cloudy tomorrow, 25. Saturday sunny, 25. And Sunday partly cloudy, a top of 23. Right now it's 22. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A dangerous drug lab found near a southern suburb school. See the moment a shoplifter unleashes in a northern suburb supermarket. The suburban pizza shop busted for being too filthy, even serving up glass. A sudden twist in the case against Adelaide's Big Bird bandits. And why red meat's become so expensive. Is a price drop on the way? I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News Tonight at 6.
This is Rowey's Sports Show. Stephen Rowe and Leith Forrest.
Skipper at the 36 is Mitch McCarron in just 1 second for ASIC Couriers. What we can tell you is we have an update from the Adelaide Crows, so calls will put through. We heard a rumour, and of course every time you hear a rumour you chase it up to find out if it is fact. We heard that number of 16 had ballooned
to 22.
2022.
Remember, 4 of them are injured players. They've got no relation to COVID or the COVID protocols.
Thank you to the Adelaide Crows who got back and said that is not the case.
No new PCR tests,
16.
No rat test. It is still 16 out. The trial game won't go ahead.
No. So still a watch and act, you would think, with one, with the way COVID works. A couple of text messages before Mitch too. A lot of people on the prison bar jumpers. Someone said if Port Adelaide can't celebrate their history from the SNFL, then no Victorian club can celebrate anything from the VFL.
Well, I'd support that in its essence.
If the Sydney Swans get to wear a Bloods Guernsey from the VFL, why can't Port Adelaide wear their jumper from the SNFL? It's the same thing. You're both celebrating history from other competitions.
I agree.
There's a lot of that. And then someone said between Koshy and the Port Adelaide supporters, there are a bunch of front runners, absolute fault finders in the Crows, constantly living in their heads right now. There's a lot of just angst. It's good. You know the footy season must be 2 weeks away.
Is that a word, fault finders?
I think so. We'll have to look it up. Let's chat to the 36ers. We gave away some tickets earlier. You might have a little surprise between now and 6 o'clock. Mitch McCarron for ASIC Couriers. You don't want to be stuck inside for your job. You can kickstart your career with ASIC Couriers.
Yeah, love our Sixers. They've played 11 games for 4 wins. Maybe time to string some wins and form together. They will if they don't have COVID protocols. Joining us is their captain, Mitch McCarron. Mitch, thanks for your time.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Been a damn tough stop-start season, hasn't it?
It's been very disrupted, to say the least. To sit here and say that we've only played 11 games after, 4 months or something is kind of crazy.
It's not an excuse, none of you would use it as that, but you last played January 30. You had the COVID protocols, you couldn't train, it's cost you 2 weeks. You can lose fitness and touch in all of that. How tough is that part of it?
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely one of the unique challenges, I think, around, the last couple of years for pro sports all across Australia and I guess the world, but particularly in Australia where we've had some tougher conditions. And, it's just a constant battle of trying to get a whole team on the court to practice. And, throughout the whole week, can you keep a whole team there? Can you keep everyone healthy? Obviously, sports, we have to deal with injuries, but, illness is now just taken to a whole new level.
And a new coach, CJ, he's trying to impart, his plays on the boys.
Yeah, 100%. It's part of, CJ being a first-year coach and us having a lot of new guys to the club. I myself am in my first year here, and, it's a lot of first-year guys to the league as well. So, it takes some time to adjust to the play and style of the league. And, it would have been really nice to have more time to prepare, and more games coming quicker. But that's just how it is.
As captain, you'd work with CJ, you'd work with the connections and the mental state of the players. How is team morale? Are you up and about? Are you nice and positive about your abilities?
Yeah, I think we're a little disappointed about how we've performed, and I'm sure most of us feel individually we haven't performed to our level, and as a team we certainly haven't reached our goals in how we want to play. And yes, there are some reasons for that, but at the same time, we have to hold ourselves accountable. And when you look back at across our losses, you can always pinpoint something that we just weren't on top of, whether it was taking care of the ball, whether it was, making sure we execute on offense, our spacing, defensive coverages. We're not sitting here and saying that, oh, look, we've done everything we can and it's, it's not our fault. So we're really confident that when we get those things right, we put ourselves not only in games, but we've beaten teams that are sitting on top of the ladder. So, for us, it's not about necessarily who we're playing, just whether we're right.
A lot of the games, and the one on the weekend was similar, you've been in positions to win. You've said that, and you have. You've beaten the Wildcats. You've beaten Melbourne. I always look at, is their best good enough? I look at the 36ers. Your best is good enough, Mitch.
100% agree. I think we've seen that, when we're ready and we're ready to execute and we defend hard and we rebound. And look, sports sometimes comes down to a bit of luck in terms of making shots in basketball or, the ball bouncing your way, but there's a lot of things that you can control. And when we're ready to play and when we we execute our offense and we take care of the ball, I really don't see a team in the league that we can't beat, and so it's not like we're going into games thinking, oh, well, that's the top team, we probably shouldn't beat them. Not at all. We're confident that when we play the right way and we execute, that we can beat anyone in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch McCarron, our guest. He is our Adelaide 36ers captain. New to town, you've been here a while. How are you settling in? How are you enjoying Adelaide?
Yeah, really enjoying it. Obviously it's been a bit frustrating in terms of the basketball side of things, just because of all the delays and the constant disruption. The amount of isolation periods, it's like, especially with our job, playing and exercising is our job. So
Yes.
You get used to that on the daily, and having so many weeks stuck at home and not even being sick half the time, that gets frustrating. But at the same time, we're really loving Adelaide so far. Lots of nice areas, and looking forward to the few years that we're going to be here at least.
Fantastic. Did you get COVID?
I did not recently. I've had it before when it kind of when I say when it first came to Australia, when I was with Melbourne United, and we had a little bit of an outbreak through the team, and that was kind of early on in the pandemic. But recently I have not tested positive again.
That is fan-damn-tastic. Now, where's my little cobber, Isaac Humphries? Well, he's a big cobber. He's a 7'4" cobber, but he's a cobber.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, he's bigger than me too. No, I think he's obviously just needing to get his body right. It's been talk about frustration with injury for him. It's been a guy that you can see how dominant he is when he's ready and healthy. The impact that he had on games last year against some of the best bigs in the league.
Yeah.
And, he kind of stamped his dominance on games, and unfortunately just can't manage to stay on the floor for various reasons with his body. So, we're really hoping he can heal up soon, and I don't know the exact timeline on that, but yeah, hoping he comes back soon.
He hasn't moved back to Sydney, has he?
I'm not sure.
Okay. No, that's okay. Good to get him back. Good to get him on the floor and good to get him fit because that just adds to the tools that you have there. This Sunday at home, Sixers, they take on the Cairns Taipans. Tip-off's 12:30. I will be there. We need this one, Mitchy McCarron.
We do. We definitely do. We hopefully it's a packed crowd and everyone gets in because we need to start stringing some wings together and then it starts Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's do it this
Good
weekend.
man.
Hey, Mitch, before we let you go, you would have played against him last year. You're at the club that he was at now. Can you believe what Josh Giddey's doing in the NBA?
It's so awesome to see. It's funny because I don't think, people here weren't saying, oh, he's not going to make it or anything like that, but you just expect that, with rookies, they need their time. They might be great right away and then they hit a bit of a wall or just takes time to adjusting to a different league as such a young guy. But Josh just seems to keep getting better with, week after week after week. And all of a sudden he's, putting up ridiculous stats and breaking records in his first year. So it's just incredible to see.
It's his third triple-double in the NBA back-to-back-to-back. He got the best score ever for a debutant at Madison Square Gardens. Gee, Mitch, have you ever done a triple-double? How many then have you done?
Not Madison Square Garden, I haven't.
Well, there you go, Mitch.
Does it mean that everyone in the league, though, is now, the young players coming through, they're thinking, gee whiz, this is, a great stepping stone, the NBL to the NBA?
Yep.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's been, the NBL has been on the radar of the NBA for a while now, and you've seen the previous years we've had preseason games between the clubs, just building relationships and networking there between the two leagues because it's clearly a pathway for people to come here, show what they can do, play a good brand of basketball, and then go on to the next level. Another great example is a guy like Jayshawn Tate, who had a successful year with the Kings here, and then all of a sudden he's taken off, and now Josh has done that on a whole nother level.
Let's get the W Sunday. Mitch, thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, get your tickets, adelaide36ers.com.au. Pack the joint. We are playing at home. We're playing the Cairns Taipans. They've got that game back out of their COVID protocols under their belt. Their best is frighteningly good enough. Let's see it on Sunday.
Great to have Mitch as part of the FIVEAA Rowey Sports Show family too, with Isaac injured. Mitch will be sitting in for Asa Couriers, which we love. If you've got something your business needs delivered, don't risk it. Send it with Asa Couriers. Can you believe what Josh Giddey's doing?
No.
We saw him last year at the Entertainment Centre.
No.
And now he has taken the NBA by storm.
So he's just got his third triple-double in a row, and it's fourth for his debutante season. He has to be Rookie of the Year.
I don't want to steal just in case it's someone's last shout, but I think Oscar Robertson is the only other one sort of in that rarefied air. And I saw a stat, the youngest triple-double, the second youngest and the third youngest now are all Josh Giddey.
Wow.
Like he's just taken duck to water.
And he's promised us when the season finishes, he will speak to us.
That's right. When he comes back, looking forward to
April.
that. Amazing.
Let's
hope the 36ers can get the win. If you'd like to get along now, because Mitch is part of the family now.
He is.
He's team...
Our extended family.
Row.
No. Team 5AA Sports Show. What are you doing there? You wallflower or something?
Correct. I'm just, I'm the chips under the schnitzel. Now, we have not just tickets, we have a VIP pass courtesy of Mitch. Adelaide 36ers, Cairns Taipans, Sunday. Thank you, Mitch. 12:30 tip-off, family VIP pass up for grabs. Best seats in the house. 8223-0055. Mitch is number 10. We'll take caller number 10 for Mitch McCarron. And if you won the chance to shoot to win $1,000 at halftime and a game day experience for you and 7 mates, register mymoneyhouse.com.au/36.
Before you do that, why do pubs put the schnitzel on top of the chips?
It's a disgrace.
They don't do that at the Burrows.
No, they do not.
Because their schnitzels are so big. Massive.
Chips go soggy. Caller number 10. What's your name?
Stephen.
Stephen with a PH or a V?
With a PH, mate.
Oh. Yeah. Good enough for me, mate. How good's that? You win.
Beautiful. Thanks very much.
Love the Sixers. Well done, Steve.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Enjoy it. VIP tickets. Hopefully the Sixers can get the win.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
People's personal details are being offered for sale by cyber criminals. How do you know your personal details aren't on the dark web already? Do you know what the dark web is? You can't log on to the dark web and you can't see who's trying to hack your ID. But Norton can. With a Norton 360 Premium subscription, you get automatic dark web monitoring. If personal details like bank account info or your home address are detected, you'll get immediate notification and advice on what action to take. With Norton 360 Premium, you also get multiple device protection with a secure VPN, real-time threat protection, smart firewalls, parental controls, SMS protection and more. Buy Norton 360 Premium online or in-store at Harvey Norman from $78.
Check out this great offer at FIVEAA.com.au. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Christian Canute from Roaston Wines speaks with cricketing legend Dennis Lilly.
Dennis, if you had to pick a bottle, would you go for a Cabernet or a Shiraz?
Depends on my mood. You know, Barossa Valley, Shiraz, you can't go wrong, especially something of the quality of Black Guts. But yeah, I do enjoy a Cabernet that's pretty gutsy, but beautiful, smooth, elegant Shiraz is one that wins me.
Rusden Wines, home of the Black Gut Shiraz. rusdenwines.com.au.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive Officer at Western Hospital, Henley Beach. There are lots of people who don't know there is a way of having a procedure at Western Hospital without private health insurance. Many people choose to self-fund their procedures or pay from their superannuation where the funds permit. There is often no need to be on a waiting list if you're able to fund your own procedure without private health insurance. Western Hospital, your hospital that cares. For more information, or if you would like to explore this option further, visit westernhospital.com.au.
Just imagine living mortgage-free in absolute luxury at one of Adelaide's most sought-after beachside addresses. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is giving you the chance to win your own slice of paradise in beautiful Somerton Park. The $3 million fully furnished Scott Salisbury Grand Prize is what dreams are made of, and it comes with $500,000 cash. Tickets sell fast. Get yours today. homelottery.com.au. Licence M141333.
The Edwardstown Mazda sale is on right now, and it's sizzling with massive savings on new, demo and used Mazdas. Plenty of stock is arriving daily, but you'd better hurry, they'll be snapped up. Edwardstown Mazda, 862 South Road, LMVD 207428.
Did you know that rosemary is sometimes used as a simple way to say goodbye? As an evergreen plant, rosemary is associated with remembrance and eternal life. It's simple touches like these that make Simplicity Funerals simply different.
To celebrate the brand new Beatles-inspired show, Classical Mystery Tour, playing at Gluttony this Adelaide Fringe, we're calling on all Beatles fans. For the chance to head along with three friends VIP style, all you need to do is be the first to pick the Beatles. Each morning we'll play the start of a Beatles song. If you're the first to pick it, you'll be on your way to the show. Tune in from 6 a.m. all this week to play. You can also book at Fringe Ticks. Just search Classical Mystery Tour. Good luck.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
22 minutes after 5. A lot of text messages coming through on the prison bars and calls. We'll get to those shortly. $100 Barrow Hotel voucher to give away for the best call. $100 voucher to give away for our best text to sip and save. Now, text messages. You know, you mentioned earlier about the Norwood Lycra jumper that you had. You want to wear it for the live stream on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. Westy said, Rowey, I printed those Norwood Lycra jumpers back in the day. We also did some for the Adelaide Crows. Bix was one wearing it on the news. The Crows jumpers, though, didn't go ahead because we weren't licensed to print AFL products.
Wow.
Lycra is still pretty stretchy, so maybe you could still see if you fit.
No, I'll tell you what, Westy.
It's tight.
It's not a good look. When I've had a few froths and I put it out and I run around the backyard in it,
we did see you in the top jumping off the jetty last year.
Yeah, the kids hate it.
For the charity.
I need to lose it.
I just sent Bix a text, see if we can find out if Bix still has his.
Oh, he wouldn't have kept it.
Don't think so?
No. Let's go to Pennington. Mark, you want to talk about the prison bar jumper?
Yes. First of all, you two, I can't believe it, guys. Look, nobody's rung up or texted about Sydney Swans, and that's what you brought up. I accept that. I'm a lifelong Port supporter. I turn 65 next month. My thought is I want to respect our history, so on our home showdown, we should wear it, and that's it. Because we've moved on. And, you know, unlike all the other SANFL clubs, we've actually made it into the AFL, and we should be proud of that. But to all the keyboard warriors that are all bloody frustrated Crow supporters, get over it. It's got nothing to do with you guys.
We're getting a lot of that. We can bring the topic up, Mark, because it is. But
it's the same thing, right? These keyboard warriors, we'll wear the state jumper. Well, you know, that's what you think your heritage is. Go for it.
That's it.
But,
That's it.
you know,
Well put.
seriously. And can I just say one more thing, Rory?
Please.
Unlike all the Crow supporters who are having a cheap shot, I was alive when Port celebrated 150 years. They'll never be able to say that.
That's true. Mark, it's true.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
And for those who just want a recap on this, thinking that this is something Rowey's developed to stir the pot, if you will, not at all. So the Sydney Swans will wear their jumper, striking white jumper with the big red V. If you follow country footy, it's the one that Robe wears. There's heaps of country footies that wear similar jumpers. They'll wear it every away game. Here's Tom Harley.
Yeah, look, we're in a really fortunate and unique position as a footy club that next year's our 150th year since 1874. We were founded in South Melbourne, and we've had 40 years in Sydney, and we wanted to start acknowledging and celebrating our birthday. So last year, through circumstance, we obviously had an extended stay down in Victoria, and the groundswell of support from fans and members and players. They loved the jumper. They thought it was symbolic, and so the board unanimously agreed late last year to adopt it for all Victorian games moving forward.
So if it's good enough for them...
That's all we're saying.
Why is it not
in
good
the
enough
VFL
for Port Adelaide? And there is a website, Bring Back the Bars.
Yeah, and all they had to appease was the board. They didn't have to appease the AFL or Eddie Maguire or any other club. This is why I'm half on the bandwagon of Port being able to do it, because I'm so anti-Victoria with these sort of things. Why is the VFL history for that club more important than SANFL history for a Port club? And if they can do it, why can't Port?
And Crows fans are riled up about this. Do you think there's anyone saying to the Swans, nah, you know, you need to have a swan on your jumper because that's who you are. You're not the Bloods. You're the Swans. No one cares.
No.
But they all do about the prison bars for some reason. FIVEAA wants to know, was it your idea the Crows played Naked Twister so that everyone got COVID? Not quite sure that's how...
FIVEAA, where are you going with that? Naked Twister?
What about Wally? Creed, is that the dude that Rocky Balboa fought? A Port Adelaide beer, please. And they won the prison bar. Hey, Wally, don't be having a crack at Pirate Life. That is a great beer and a limited edition that people will want to get their hands on. You'll get a chance to do that. Quick sport update before we get to the 5:30 headlines. 3 of the big guns look as though they'll be out Friday night. You know they got 6,000 to the last T20 pre the Canberra game. Cummins, Stark and Hazelwood.
And Smith with concussion.
Yep.
Travis Head's in.
Yep. So Jai Richardson
They won't get 10,000 there.
Oh, boy. Anyway, dead rubber too.
T20, well, it is. And
Two dead rubbers.
Nah.
And quick one, Mark Rosciuto mentioned today about the 16 players at the Crows.
In a matter of 24 to 48 hours, 16 people at the football club have got COVID, and now that makes 35 of the 44 players on the list that have had COVID.
Yeah, 9 to go. You said that at the start.
9 to go.
And Port Adelaide, only a third have had it.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. I think eventually everyone's going to get it.
So do you want to get it now, or do you risk...
I'm a now. You got to get it out of the way. Now, I know everyone's going to say, "Oh, you can all get it again." Well, the likelihood in 6 months is pretty slim for a bloke who's in their 20s, as fit as a mallee ball, and they're double jabbed, soon to be quadruple jabbed.
Yeah. And this text, Josh Giddey has next level IQ. He seems to have all the time he needs. His assists are at elite level. He is a gun. Take a break. 5:30 headlines. Your calls next.
5AA breakfast.
People who are away on holiday or for work reasons before the 5th of March, they've been told that they are, quote, exempt and excluded from voting in the state election. Now, the reason for this is because the Electoral Commission isn't organising postal votes before the 5th of March.
Informing Adelaide.
It's embarrassing for the entire institution of Parliament that no one saw the freight train coming. It's their job to fix stuff.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
You don't always have to be in a physical hospital to receive the care you need. My Home Hospital brings hospital-level care straight to you in the comfort of your own home. My Home Hospital is a wellbeing SA service available at no charge to eligible public patients anytime, day and night across the metropolitan Adelaide area, Gawler and Mount Barker regions, and and their surrounds. To find out if you're eligible, talk to your doctor today or visit myhomehospital.sa.gov.au. This message brought to you by the Government of South Australia.
Oh, Sip and Save have some great offers.
Yeah, I know. Like this 700ml bottle of Russian Standard Vodka or Pimm's for $35.99. I love a refreshing Pimm's. Have you found anything?
Yeah, a 750ml bottle of Wirrawera Mrs. Wiggly Rosé is only $13.99. I'm sorted.
Great. Hey, whilst we're here, I might grab a 10-pack of Wild Turkey and Cola 4.8%. They're on special for $41.99.
Nice, now you're sorted.
Whatever the occasion,
start at Sip and Save.
Delivery available in selected areas. For more specials, head to sipandsave.com.au. Prices may vary in country areas.
Hello, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the team at Lynn Andrews Real Estate have made it easy to manage residential and commercial property. Whether you own a single residential home or multiple commercial properties, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge to share. How to invest safely and properly. Matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
In times of loss, you need Embrace. Dad passed away suddenly, and we hadn't given any thought to his funeral, but Deanne Edwards from Embrace Funerals truly cared about delivering the perfect funeral to honour him. The husband, the dad, the mate to so many, even the grandkids who he simply adored were involved. And every detail was organised with exceptional care and at a really affordable cost. Embrace Funerals gave us peace of mind. When funerals need to be perfect, choose Embrace.
No one likes to wait, especially if you're waiting for something really amazing, like a new Mazda. Lucky, you won't have to wait too long at Mawson Lakes Mazda. Right now, you'll find new stock and demos right across the range, which means there's no compromise. You'll get everything you want and love in your new Mazda. Get behind the wheel of your dream Mazda sooner. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. A supermarket worker has been attacked by an alleged shoplifter when he tried to stop him from leaving a northern suburb store. South Australia's jobless rate has jumped sharply to 4.8% to again be the worst in the nation. The federal government is seeking to list the entirety of Hamas as a terror organisation, and the Australian women's cricket team will complete its hotel quarantine in New Zealand tonight ahead of next month's One-Day World Cup. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Elizabeth Grove, got street lighting repair works Main North Road near Haydown Road. That's affecting both directions. O'Halloran Hill, asphalt works on Majors Road near the Southern Expressway. Woodville Park, asphalt works continue Port Road near Kilkenny Road, and cameras Bundy's Road, North Adelaide, Grant Avenue, Terra Gardens. Make sure you and your car stay cool. Switch and save with an Automasters aircon service. Over 20 branches with pay later options available. Call 1300 Automasters. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 15. Cloudy tomorrow, 25. Right now it's 21. More news at 6 o'clock and As It Happens on 5AA.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
28 minutes to $600 voucher to give away to the Barreau Hotel Group, who do not put the schnitzel on the chips.
No.
Guaranteed of that. So our best caller between now and 6 o'clock. And surprisingly, as I look down the board, it's all about
the prison bar
jumper.
Hello, Alex at Myrtle Bank.
G'day, Rowey. How are you?
We're all yours.
I'm a passionate Swans supporter, so I'm happy to see the Swans wearing the old South Melbourne jumper for away matches. I think it's a great move. But what I'd say with regard to the Prisons bars is that, you know, we're wearing red and white on both occasions. So we're wearing our old traditional jumper, honouring the South Melbourne heritage, and we're wearing, obviously, the Swans jumper in Sydney. But I'm quite happy for Port Adelaide to wear the prison bar jumper, particularly for showdowns. I think that's a great move, and any opportunity for the Power, and I'm not a Power supporter at all, for the Power to stick it up Eddie Maguire, as far as I'm concerned, that is just wonderful, because Eddie Maguire, with his whinging, was the guy who basically got the cost of living allowance taken away from the Swans, and that caused us great problems.
Yeah.
And we got penalised we weren't allowed to recruit for a couple of years, even though we'd done nothing wrong.
Yep.
So,
Alex, you're right.
As far as I'm concerned, Eddie can get stuffed, and he knows how much it costs to live in Sydney, and he knows how hard it is. And Jordan Dawson is the prime example. How hard it is for the Swans to sometimes retain some of those players that we get from interstate.
Mm.
No allowance is given. No allowance is given to the Swans. Like Perth or West Australia, South Australia, Victoria. You recruit players. Crows recruit Victorians or West Australians. Sometimes they go home, but at the same time, the Crows get the opportunity to recruit South Australians who've gone to West Australia or Victoria back into the Crows. So it almost equals out between the three states.
Yeah.
For the Bear, for Brisbane and the Gold Coast and Sydney and GWS, tell me how many other clubs have got Sydney-born players playing on their list? And the answer to that is probably zero.
Yeah, not many, but it's getting bigger and better, Alex. What I will say is your little breeding ground that you've got. What do they call the players that are the academy players? Go through the list of.
Oh yeah,
Heaney,
Mills.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my dad always said, never stick your nose in other people's business. Eddie's done that because you might end up with a blood one. Alex, good call. Let's go to John at Port Adelaide.
There you go, fellas.
Way you go.
Oh, right now. I love the Port Adelaide. I love the prison bars Guernsey. Now, they should be able to wear it because the more Guernseys you wear, the more strips you can sell, like the equal soccer teams. And the thing I was really thinking about was in the Tasmanian League, you got two bobber teams, both red and black, Lauderdale and Launceston. And I'd just like to know how they go play footy against each other.
Yeah, they'd have to have clash strips, I think, John. And the AFL has said that. And this is what Port Adelaide people say all the time to Collingwood. Where's your clash strip? Every club's meant to have a clash strip, a legal clash strip that they get printed at the start of the year. Just for a lot of people that are sitting in a sip and save text, we did ring Port Adelaide today, and I hope I can share this. They're ready to go. They've got that jumper. Paid for, done, ready to go. If the AFL says round 3, you can wear your prison bar and Crows home game. They're ready to go.
I think you've got another avenue to ask the question now on the back of Tom Harley. So hang on.
Of course you do.
But they can do it.
But they've always said that. It's not fair. Still the VFL. Hello, Rog.
G'day, mate. How are you?
We're all yours.
Listen, I heard the guy just before the news, the passionate 65-year-old Port supporter, having a dig at all the Crows, and I'm a passionate Crows supporter, but I don't get on the bandwagon. He was here for their 150th year. We're not going to make it. But you know what? I made year 1, and he's never, ever going to do that in his lifetime.
Good comeback. Rog.
Nice.
Very, very good comeback.
In the running for
and
the
wasn't
Burrows,
that special? Because, Rog, I was there as well.
Well done.
See, the glass is half full for Rog. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're right.
I won't be there for the
but
150.
I was there for the first.
Day one.
And what's better? I think the first is better. The first is only one first. The first.
Yeah, true.
The first.
There's only one 150, though, too, to be fair.
Well, I think I'd rather the first. Thanks, Rog. Good call. Rosemary.
Hello, Stephen. Hello, Lee.
Hi, Rosemary.
I would just like to say there is no comparison between Sydney wearing the jumper that they came from Melbourne. They had to move out of Victoria, and that left the people that supported that club without a club. And for them to come back, they are not changing their colours, and they are coming back in that old one just in Victoria.
Yep.
Now, there is no way that I would agree to the Power wearing those stripes, because that's not the jumper they came in with. Those colours are not the jumper that they came in with. For goodness sakes, let's just leave it and move on, you guys. Move on. You came in as one team. You've changed your name. Nobody knows what your name is now. And I'm just sick and tired of this thing. And Eddie Maguire cannot even be compared to that mongrel that is the chairman of Port Adelaide.
Rosemary, I had to dump
we
it.
had to dump that, Rosemary.
Can't say that. No need to call people names on the show.
No, no name calling.
No.
I've got to learn that.
don't
I'm
need
getting
that.
better at it, Rosemary.
You don't
But
need that.
Koshy's done a mighty job for
He's
that club.
a mighty job.
Well, what, a $4.7 million profit, $8.9 million turnaround from a COVID year. Now, when I say that, I think you'll find the Crows' numbers will be similar, and I think you'll find other clubs' numbers will be similar, because 2020, they didn't play a full season. 2020, there was no crowd, so every club will have an uplift.
And like Eddie...
Every club will have an uplift.
David Koch has his detractors, but the game is better for Eddie Maguire, and it is better for David Koch.
Of course it is. Am I one of his detractors? Or he detracts me?
No, there was a little...
There was a little bit of...
There was a little bit of... I don't think...
He drew first blood, not me. I think I was a bit disrespectful in my comeback.
You were, but I don't think there's genuine sort of dislike between the two.
No,
I think he genuinely will invite you to Alberton to watch a game on the deck of the new stand.
And I would do that.
Yeah.
But I'll invite him to Nord, or I'll invite him to the Crows. I wonder if he'd come.
Courtesy would be to... He'd go. He'd love it.
When we turn the first bit of dirt at FIVEAA Oval, come down.
There you go.
Koshy, come and join me on the spade, son.
There you go.
Hello, Brian.
How you going?
We're all yours.
Just want to talk about, like, Guernseys, right?
Yep.
Like, you've got soccer at Adelaide United. They got an away Guernsey, but they're different every week. And so is basketball.
Yep.
And their protocol is, but, yeah, it's always a different colour, or it's got a bit of red on it, or whatever. But, yeah. And I just want to know if you're training for the Crows yet.
Am I what?
Are you training for the Crows just in case that 16 goes to 35? All of a sudden they might be getting the past players back.
They'll be in all sorts. Even in my peak, I couldn't get a game. So how am I going to get a game now? But culturally, we're different to the NBA, the NFL, and the EPL and the Premier League with all their different jumpers. We're different. Your jumper for us is sacrosanct, isn't it? And all clubs are loath to change it. I know my club, Nord. They hate changing anything to do with the red and the blue.
But you got to get with the program. Now, this is not great for radio, and I do apologise. And I'm going to talk about Carlton for 1 second. Have you seen the Carlton away strip for 2022?
No, don't like it. Wouldn't even bother. It's white.
What's the first line of the song?
We are the Navy Blues.
There is no navy blue in that.
No.
A very faint kind of emblem. That's it.
But the AFL says to all clubs, we'd like your away strip to be white.
That's
you
right.
need an away strip.
So why aren't they pushing harder on that?
Well, I would. Hello, Josh.
Hello, boys. How you going?
Very good.
A couple of quick things. The first one, I've seen a lot in the media over the last couple of days about clubs' profit and loss, and you brought up before how Koch at 4.7 million profit for Port. But the point I want to make there is very simple. I don't really understand why that matters in a system which is entirely socialist. So the AFL will not let any clubs go under anymore, and they will not provide any benefits to clubs that potentially can make more money than others. So I don't really understand how an operating profit is worth anything to AFL clubs. But my more important and second point that I want to bring up, and this goes to, you were speaking before to one of the candidates for the Adelaide board. My understanding, and I'm happy to be proven wrong about this, and you might be able to go to the club for me. I've been trying to get an answer on this for a long time. But my understanding is that basically Adelaide Football Club board members are pointless. That the AFL has the sole controlling vote in the Adelaide Football Club board by proxy of the chairman, and it doesn't matter who's on the board. The AFL says yes or no to everything that it may decide or not decide. I believe that's been the case ever since the Adelaide Oval deal was struck with them. So,
not how they run their business, Josh, but they have to have final say because they're the governing body on a board member elect. But if a member votes in you, Josh, or me, they can't squash that. They can't change that or turn that over. That board member sits as a member-elect board member.
Yeah, so the board member can make submissions to things that the board talk about, but realistically, at the end of the day, the AFL can say, I don't care what anybody else on the board says, this is what we want to happen.
No, they don't have any day-to-day running function or decision-making on any board.
My read of the Constitution, I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but just something I'd be interested to hear more about, that's all.
Well, okay, we'll ask that question, but yeah, I think what I've said is correct.
We'll get an answer.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. The Constitution, not that I've read that. Hello, Paul, and I want to
bit of nighttime
put
reading
myself to sleep. Hello, Paul.
How are you, gents?
We're all yours.
So I've got a mate of mine who's a passionate Port supporter, and he's raving on about these 37 premierships and all this crap. So I said to him, all right, about this jumper business that you're talking about. So I think it was 1998. The Crows won the flag, and I think Port Adelaide Magpies won the flag in the SANFL.
Yes, they did.
I said, so which one are you counting? So you didn't win the flag in 98 in the AFL because the Crows won, but they won the SANFL flag. So which one are you counting? You can't count your SANFL flag in 98 because the Crows won it.
that is a good debate, but Paul, they're one club. They're one club.
Good luck to them. But, you know, the thing is that they're one club who got no idea who they are. They've got to work out, you know, I want to have this prison bar thing. I understand why it means so much to them, but I don't understand why they just can't move on and play and be happy with the identity that they have. Well, I don't understand that.
Because they want to celebrate their heritage.
Well, doesn't everyone? But, you know, at the end of the day, they didn't celebrate their heritage in 1998 in the AFL because they didn't win the flag.
Yeah, I think most Port people that are from the Port Magpies era would comfortably acknowledge we've won one AFL flag and 36 SANFL flags.
Correct.
And because we were so successful in the SANFL, we were given the right, the honour, we bid and we won for the second licence, and we've become the Port Adelaide Football Club. And there was some confusion with that because Paul the SANFL, just glossing over a lot of things, sent the Magpies to Athelton.
That's right.
And they can't train, they got nothing to do with it. Then there was a bit of a push. Timmy G led the charge with a number of prominent Port people, and they become one club. And I think everyone's happy where that sits right now, Paul. For me, there's no confusion. There was, but there's not now.
How many premierships have the Adelaide Football Club won?
2.
Wrong. 4.
The women have won 2.
Correct.
Well,
Same
but I wouldn't say they've won 4.
I'd
say they've won 2 men, 2 women.
That's right, which would be 4. Port Adelaide have won 1 AFL.
But it's similar for you, Carlton. How many AFL flags have you won?
When did the AFL officially start?
Say 1990.
1.
Okay.
95.
So you can't count all the other ones. They were
Count
VFL
the 15
flags.
VFL.
That's what I want to see.
Okay.
You've won X amount of VFL flags and X amount of AFL flags.
Or you could say we've won 16 flags, 15 VFL, 1 AFL.
That's how I would word it. But they don't.
No.
We've won 16 flags. See, it's not fair. Okay. So I can see why Port people do what they do. Hello, Darren.
Hey, mate. How you going, chap?
Yeah, good.
Good. Look, I'm sorry to bother you, but at the end of the day, I believe that Port Adelaide was 1860 or 1879.
1897.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, 1897.
1897.
No, 1870. 1870.
Yeah. And I believe at the beginning of it was called Port Wolves.
Oh, they've had a few changes, Darren. Yeah. Where you going?
You look at the jersey on the Port Adelaide Football Club, right? They're Wolves. They're not prison bars.
Okay.
No, you're right, they are.
Hey, Daz, are you at the Albion Hotel or the Birkenhead?
I was about to say, front bar or where?
That is a start that...
Daz, I'm disinterested in this conversation now. What pub are you at, Darren?
Never been in this country.
Daz, what pub?
Never been to Port Adelaide.
Yeah, I know.
Front
Daz,
bar, back bar, saloon
what
bar.
front bar are you at?
And when I go fishing in a boat and go down in
All right. He is at the Bros. I don't think he needs to win the voucher. I think he's
Is
doing...
he at the Albion or Birkenhead?
Who
Did he
knows?
answer it? Get him back up. Daz, Darren.
No, he's not answering. He might be at the Sundowner in Whyalla. Who knows? All we know is that he's at a Bros.
For 38 years, Steinborner Automotive has always been well worth the trip. And right now, Steinborner Automotive Gawler has stocked up with 30 hand-picked 2018-19 ZB Commodores. Choose from a range of factory edition or special black edition with black roof and black wheels. That's 2018 and 19 ZB Commodores from $23,990, all with a balance of factory warranty. View all their used vehicles at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
When you retire at Acacia Park Villages, you can expect a welcoming community
variety, new purpose-built modern homes and countless facilities at your fingertips. Brand new 2 and 3 bedroom homes are now selling fast, with prices starting at $369,900. With personal care and lifestyle services tailored to your needs, at Acacia Park, life is for living. So leave the rest to us. To find out more, call 1300 796 311.
A day out at the movies just got better. Come to Wallace Cinema and see movies like they should be seen on the big screen. Hear movies like they should be heard in Quake sound and taste candy bar prices like you have never seen. With Choc Tops handmade with Golden North ice cream, Fruit Chocks, Fluorio milk and so much more. Wallace Family Values, bringing value to your family. Mitcham, Mount Barker, Noarlunga and Mainline Drive-In. wallace.com.au.
If your business could do with more business, you should try advertising here on the radio. FIVEAA can help turn your brand into a household name. We could do it with a jingle, or a really funny ad, or something deadly serious. Our audience is big enough to fill Adelaide Oval again and again. Get in touch with FIVEAA to find out how we can give your business more business.
I'm Kathy Nagel, the Chief Executive Officer at Western Hospital, Henley Beach. There are lots of people who don't know there is a way of having a procedure at Western Hospital without private health insurance. Many people choose to self-fund their procedures or pay from their superannuation where the funds permit. There is often no need to be on a waiting list if you're able to fund your own procedure without private health insurance. Western Hospital, your hospital that cares. For more information, or if you would like to explore this option further, visit westernhospital.com.au.
With continued cases of COVID-19 across South Australia, now's the time to book your booster. Boosters increase your protection against all COVID-19 variants, including Omicron, and they're available 3 months from your second dose. Plus, there are now more clinics and more appointments to choose from. Book your booster at your local GP, pharmacy or SA Health clinic. Book your booster now at covidvaccine.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
9 minutes to 6. We'll give away some prizes. Sip and Save giving us a $100 voucher for the best text message. Lots still coming through. Someone said you can add Port Adelaide's 3 wooden spoons to that. The list of premierships that they've got. Adelaide have one.
1896 was a wooden spoon, 1900 was a wooden spoon. I can't find the other one.
Okay, maybe just the 2.
Oh, 1886. So when you look at that, after 1900, they haven't lost a wooden spoon. It's a pretty bloody good record.
It's an amazing record. We know who we are. We are Port Adelaide. We have a heritage, we have a history, and we don't care what anyone else thinks. Stephen Rowe would not make it past the Cheltenham Cemetery on his way.
What's that meant to mean?
To Alberton. Do you get down the port much?
Not a lot.
When's the last time you went down to the port? Steve says, as a Port Adelaide supporter, I'm only interested in winning the flag. I don't think we should be distracted by all the jumper talk. This one from Dave says, aren't all clash strips? They're merchandise. You raise money for your club. If the Crows are red, blue and gold, why did they wear the white jersey? I don't have an issue with clubs wearing different colours. You think how much money you can get for that merchandise? Tony said, what about the other teams? There's no other team that wears red and white in the AFL. Tony, it doesn't matter. It's about celebrating the history, not the colours.
I was just looking because I wanted to see whether that stat was right on the Sip and Save text that Port had won 3 wooden spoons. Well, they have. All pre-1900. I thought, so from 1900, who's won the most wooden spoons? Just a bit of Bix book stiff of whatever. South Adelaide have won 27 wooden spoons.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they need
my God.
They need a flag.
27.
Enough's enough. Let's go. Righto. Time for...
The Last Shout.
Well, this is a bit unusual, this one, but it did tickle my fancy. My wife sent it to me. It's my favourite tweet of the week.
Oh,
could possibly be my favourite tweet for the year.
Yep.
And it reads like this. The grand old Duke of York borrowed 12 million quid, gave it to someone he's never met for something he never did. Now, my Jody sent me that. Now, there's no What were you
Double
rolling your
entendre.
eyes?
I'm just working out if I should dump this. Have I missed it?
Well,
No?
no, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So I thought the sport theme to it is
okay, yeah, sorry.
I know Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew, yeah.
Wasn't much of a sport person, so I looked up his sport cred.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a sports show. Work with me, Lee.
This is a very tenuous link, but
He
sure.
did play polo, and he was relatively good at duck shooting. So that was the link to being able to read that out. Don't you like that tweet? The grand old Duke of York borrowed 12 million quid. You know what that's about, don't you?
Grand old Duke of
Gave
York,
it to someone he's never met for something he never did.
Yes.
Jody, I thought it was funny, love, but clearly no one in this studio does.
Got a little
and
bit
I'd
of
be
the,
I'd be really keen to know whether any of our listeners did.
Got a little bit of the Tommy Jonas's
Sam.
about that one, a little bit of cricket's time.
Okay. Sorry, Jode, it wasn't funny.
Jode.
They
All right.
didn't like it, and I won't read that out again.
I'm going to... This is your show, and we do it
It's
your
not
way.
my show, it's our show. If you say that again...
Prince Andrew, can we just drop Prince Andrew from the show? I don't think Prince Andrew is
Oh,
worth
my
talking
God.
about.
Is it in the news?
Doesn't belong here.
Did he ride a horse? Has he done polo, and
No.
does he shoot ducks?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sam,
All right.
save us, please.
I have to. I did the Messiah yesterday.
Oh,
it was
yes.
his birthday yesterday.
Yes.
Right. Today we're going to go from football's Messiah to basketball's Messiah. 59 today. Can you believe it? Michael Jordan.
Did you see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it. He feels
Amazing.
My tweet was better than what you just dished
Are you
up.
kidding me?
Michael
My
Jordan's
tweet is
birthday.
better than that.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan. All right, I'm going to go two very quick ones. Joe Burrow was the quarterback that lost the Super Bowl, we know. NFL films do this better than anyone. So they mic'd him up. Listen how polite he was talking to his opposition during the game.
Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Vaughn. Joe, nice to meet you, brother. What up, Aaron? Hey, Eric. I'm Joe. Nice to meet you, brother. I love watching you grow up. Love watching you growing up, man. I appreciate you, brother.
My tweet's better than that.
He's introducing himself.
Some of this segment, what I brought to the table was better than both of
You
yours.
have to see the pictures. He's
Oh, my
actually
Lord.
walking around shaking all these guys' hands like he's a kid who's never met. It's like idols for him, and he's
Why
on
would
the,
he do that?
the
The
main
Super Bowl?
stage of the Super Bowl.
He's like, hi, I'm Joe. I think they know who you are. You're the opposition
Yeah.
quarterback. They might have an idea.
cool.
A bit like Jimmy Rowe on debut.
No, I still
No.
think my Prince Andrew one beats both
My
of what
final
you
one is this. This is your challenge for this year.
Okay.
If the Crows or
Okay.
Port go really bad, we want you to channel Stephen A. Smith and give us a little bit of this action. He's not happy that the New York Knicks blew the lead. We want a Stephen Rowe version of Stephen A. Smith.
The New York Knicks are a national disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. They're horrible. They are trash! Horrible! No KD, no Kyrie, no Ben Simmons, and you lose a 28-point lead. The New York Knicks are trash!
All right, so that is
Stephen A.
your
Rowe.
No Wise,
2020.
no Travis Boak,
That's right.
Tim Higley, you are trash!
That is your challenge for the
But
year.
I've got to do it in an Australian accent.
Stephen A. Rowe.
All right.
Stephen A. Rowe.
No, I'm Stephen J. Rowe.
Very nice.
That'll do.
They're close enough.
All right.
Do you like him, Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, he's a
He is.
He's a character.
He is a character.
All
Does
right.
he, but I think he goes off the handle too much.
Oh, he does.
He needs to pull back a bit.
He really should just sort of insert some Prince Andrew stuff. I'm sure he's actually be a lot better. See you tomorrow.
This is RB Day with more tales from the bedroom thanks to Supercraft Bedding. Back when you could only buy